Bonjour tout le monde. Dassault, nous allons faire the verbs aller and revenir aujourd'hui. So you're not seeing my face today because this is the second time, la deuxième fois, that I've had to faire une vidéo, that I've had to do a video, and I'm just want to get them out to you as quick as possible. So I apologize if that's something that you're missing, but most of you are probably not. So on y va avec la leçon. So, nous allons commencer avec un peu de la culture. We're going to start with a little bit of culture. Les Français et leurs animaux domestiques. So, the French and their domestic animals. Je préfère le chat. J'aime le chat. J'ai deux chats actuellement. J'aime aussi le chien, mais je préfère le chat. So I have two cats, and I was saying that I like cats. I prefer cats. I also like dogs, but I prefer cats. I have two of them. Et les chats s'appellent Lady Godiva et Frida. So on y va. France, with its population of about 20 million domestic cats and dogs, is the European country with the most pets per capita. Beyond mere numbers, the place of the animaux domestiques in French culture and in French families is reflected in literature and the media. So Colette, a great writer and member of l'Académie Française, wrote Dialogue de Bête in 1904, in which she captures the thoughts of her cat Kiki la Doucette and her bulldog Toby Chien. And so this was a big movement in domestic animals being popular within the home. During the same period of time over in England, Louis Wayne was drawing animated versions of animals, and that was really the first time that people were making animals look more like people, which actually changed people's perceptions of cats overall. And so Louis Wayne from England, with his depictions of cute little kitty drawings, really increased the level of cats in everybody's homes because they became more sympathetic to them after these drawings. So it's really interesting to see how art affects society and also animals. So in the French culture in 2022, a third of households owned a cat in France, whereas 20% of them declared owning a pet dog. And so one of the fun things about going to Paris is that you see kitty cats everywhere in the artwork, in the little store shops. And I have plenty of postcards with little cats looking at the Eiffel Tower and other really romantic depictions of them. And so that's our little cultural lesson for today. Préférez-vous le chat or le chien? So what do you prefer? Cats or dogs? Et pourquoi? Je préfère le chat parce que ils sont plus indépendants. I like cats because they're more independent que le chien than dogs. Okay, so on y va. Nous allons faire le verbe aller. Aller means to go. So this is a great verb to have in your skill set because now you can say where you're going, and you also can talk in the simple future. So if you add an infinitive after aller, je vais étudier. I am going to study. Je vais manger la pizza. I'm going to eat pizza. So now you can talk in the simple future about what you are going to do. So aller, c'est un verbe irrégulier. So this is an irregular verb. And so when you go to conjugate it, it doesn't follow your normal ER-IR verb conjugation. Je vais means I go or I'm going. Tu vas, you go or you are going. Il, elle va, he, she is going or he, she goes. Nous allons, so we go. So notice that when there is an S and an A. So if you have something that is a vowel, there's a liaison that happens. Nous allons. So it kind of sounds like a Z. So you do the same thing with vous. Vous allez. Vous allez au cinéma ce soir. Are you going to the cinema tonight? So that is you formal. Ils, elles vont, they go, or they are going. So je vais, tu vas, il, elle va, nous allons, vous allez, ils, elles vont. The verb aller is often used with prepositions a to indicate movement to, toward a location. And so because you are going to a direction, I am going to the store. I am going to school. A often comes after the verb aller. So, ils vont à des concerts en été. That would translate to they are going to concerts in the summer. Moi, j'aime aller les concerts en été. I love going to concerts in the summer. Tu vas à une fête ce soir? Tu vas à une fête ce soir? Are you going to a party tonight? Tu vas à une fête? So right here is what I'm talking about when it comes right after the verb. If you're going to someplace, a is going to be directly after it. And if you've learned Spanish, that is the same thing. We say voy a una fiesta. Voy a un concierto. So it's normal to have that a after the verb aller. When using the preposition a with the definite article le, la, le apostrophe les, contractions occur with masculine le and plural les. Tu vas souvent. Souvent means often. So you often go. Tu vas souvent au cinéma. The reason it's not à cinéma is because anytime you have dessous, à plus les next to each other, which is how the sentence would be, tu vas souvent à le cinéma. But if you have à plus le next to each other, it becomes o. So tu vas souvent au cinéma instead of tu vas souvent à le cinéma. So you make a little contraction there. But if it's feminine, there's no contraction necessary. Tu vas souvent à la banque? Do you often go to the bank? Tu vas souvent à l'hôpital? Do you often go to the hospital? A plus L apostrophe does not need a contraction. But if you have a masculine plural, then you need to do it. So tu vas souvent aux fêtes organisées par l'université. So anytime you have a plus les next to each other, it contracts and makes o. So that would be the plural. Aux fêtes organisées par l'université. So just remember the masculine singular and the masculine plural take on a contraction when they are paired with the preposition a. Now, the opposite of the verb aller is the verb venir, which is also irregular in its conjugation. So, je viens de Paris. I am coming from Paris. Instead of saying I'm going to Paris, je vais à Paris. Je viens de Paris. I come from Paris, or I am from Paris. So here is viens. Venir means to come. So again, je viens, tu viens, il, elle vient, nous venons, vous venez, il, elle vient. Je viens de New York. Je viens des États-Unis. So that means I to come or I'm coming. I come from if you have the preposition de. Je viens de. The verb venir is often used with the preposition de to indicate coming from a location. Il vient de Paris pour notre fête. So here we have our possessive adjective that we worked on before in the lesson, notre, which means our. So he's coming from Paris for our party. Il vient de Paris. So de means from. Il revient d'un concert. So we were using the verb venir, which means to come. Revenir means to come back. They're coming back from a concert. Il revient d'un concert. Vous rentrez de votre travail. Autrefois, le adjectif possessif. What is our possessive adjective here? Votre, which is the vous form formal. Are you returning from, what's travail? Work. Are you coming back from work? Oui, je rentre de travail. Or no, je ne rentre pas de travail. I'm not returning from work. Coming back from work. So note that rentre means to go home. So rentre de, je rentre de means to go home or to come home. Rentre is conjugated like any other regular ER verb. Revenir is conjugated like venir. So here you have rentre, which means to come home or to return home, and revenir means to come back. So venir means to come, revenir means to come back. Revenir is conjugated just like venir. In rentre here we have je rentre, tu rentres, il, elle rentre, nous rentrons, vous rentrez, il rentre, elle rentre. When using the preposition de with the definite article, le, la, l'apostrophe les, contractions occur with the masculine le and plural les. So just like before, with the preposition a, the same thing happens with de. So if you have de plus le, it becomes du. So tu reviens du cinéma. If it is masculine, or if it's plural singular, there is no contraction. Tu reviens de la banque. Are you coming home from the bank? Are you returning from the bank? Excuse me. Tu reviens de l'hôpital. So L apostrophe, again, there's no contraction. But if you have a masculine plural, tu reviens des cours. So de plus les, des. So cours means your classes. So de plus le equals du, and de plus les equals des. So on y va, go ahead and take a second to conjuguer les verbes and make sure it agrees with your pronoun. So I have a couple different ones that we just practiced. So on y va. Numéro 1. Elle va à la pharmacie. Numéro 2. Il va à la fac. So that is slang for school or university. Numéro 3. Elles vont au restaurant. Numéro 4, we have our possessive adjective, son père. So if I said mon père, my dad, ton père, your dad, son père, his or her dad. What if I wanted to say our dad? Notre père. Okay, so son père revient de la banque. Numéro 5, nous venons, oh, so it should be venons, V-E-N-O-N-S, de Paris. So make sure you don't have the R-E in front of that. Vous rentrez du restaurant. Il revient d'un concert. Numéro 8. Tu vas à une fête ce soir. Numéro 9. Ma famille va au cinéma. So remember, my family, that counts as third person singular. And even though you have more than one person in your family, you wouldn't say my family are big. You would say my family is big. And so it counts as a third person plural. Same thing with my class, my family, anything such as that. Numéro 10. Oh, I already have the answer up here. Vous allez à Paris? J'espère que oui, parce que Paris, c'est une ville très jolie et incroyable. So it says, are you going to Paris? And I answered, I hope so. It is a very beautiful, incredible city. So, hopefully, we have a little bit better understanding. Je suis désolé. I'm sorry about the late rollout. My computer is currently with OIT and they've taken it from my office. And so it's put me in a rough spot between already making videos, having to redo them, and being mindful of my time. So hopefully, if you do have any issues, you've reached out. I am more than happy to help. And I will be talking to you soon. On y va. Bonne journée, tout le monde. Au revoir.